Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. Al Horford's recent announcement about leaving the Boston Celtics has sent shockwaves through the NBA community, stirring speculation and heated debates among fans and analysts alike. For years, Horford has been a cornerstone for Boston, bringing experience, leadership, and a sense of calm to a roster often characterized by youthful exuberance and high expectations. Yet, despite his contributions on both ends of the court, Horford reportedly feels underappreciated, citing a lack of recognition for his strategic impact and consistent performance. Sources close to the situation suggest that his decision did not come lightly, and it reflects a broader trend among veteran players seeking not just financial security, but genuine respect and acknowledgement for their roles. Within the Celtics locker room, reactions have reportedly been mixed, with some teammates expressing surprise, while others empathize, understanding the frustration of being overlooked in a system that increasingly prioritizes star power and hype over nuanced contributions. The timing of his departure raises further questions about the organization's internal dynamics, potential tensions with coaching staff, and the broader direction of the franchise, which seems caught between rebuilding and competing for championships. Analysts argue that Horford's exit might prompt the Celtics to rethink their valuation of veteran leadership. Insiders have been quick to speculate about potential landing spots for Horford, suggesting that several playoff contending teams could benefit immensely from his versatility, basketball IQ, and ability to mentor younger players. Teams struggling with interior defense, rebounding consistency, or floor spacing could see Horford as a perfect fit, someone capable of stabilizing rotations while also contributing meaningful minutes without demanding superstar treatment. Reports indicate that Horford's preference leans toward environments where his leadership and experience are valued as much as his on-court production, and where team dynamics allow for a collaborative, team-first approach rather than a purely spotlight-driven system. Fans have already begun engaging in heated debates across social media platforms, weighing the pros and cons of potential trades, free agency maneuvers, and strategic fits with Horford's skill set. Pundits speculate that his departure could alter the balance of power in the Eastern Conference, especially if he lands on a roster poised for a deep playoff run. Meanwhile, Celtics management faces the challenge of reassuring fans while strategizing for the upcoming season, balancing the emotional loss of a veteran leader with the practical implications of reallocating minutes and resources. Rumors hint at intense behind-the-scenes discussions, with scouting reports and contract negotiations already underway, further fueling anticipation for an official announcement. Horford's statement, emphasizing feelings of being undervalued, has resonated widely, sparking conversations about how veteran players are treated in high-profile franchises. Critics argue that his departure highlights a systemic issue in the NBA. Organizations often rely on seasoned contributors for intangible benefits, without adequately acknowledging their worth. Analysts point out that while Horford may not consistently dominate highlight reels, his presence on the floor shifts defensive schemes, creates opportunities for teammates, and provides mentorship to younger stars, which is difficult to quantify in traditional metrics. The Celtics' handling of his role, rotations, and contract extensions has come under scrutiny, with fans questioning whether the organization's priorities align with maintaining a balanced roster culture. Social media discussions suggest a growing awareness among players about the importance of professional respect beyond salary figures or individual accolades. Some insiders hint that this sentiment might trigger a wave of veteran self-advocacy across the league, with more players publicly reevaluating their positions within teams and asserting their value more explicitly. Meanwhile, speculative narratives continue to circulate regarding potential trade packages, salary cap implications, and the strategic calculus of adding Horford to contending squads, further fueling the rumor mill. The ripple effects of his decision may extend well beyond Boston, challenging traditional perceptions of loyalty and contribution in professional basketball. Sources close to the Celtics organization have described a tense but professional environment leading up to Horford's departure, with meetings between front office executives, coaching staff, and the player himself reportedly conducted in a cordial, yet candid manner. These interactions, according to insiders, focused on understanding Horford's perspective while simultaneously exploring internal solutions to retain him. But ultimately, it became clear that mutual expectations were misaligned. Discussions reportedly included potential role adjustments, minutes distribution, and strategic utilization of Horford's skill set, yet the player's desire for recognition and appreciation for his holistic contributions remained a central factor in his decision. The narrative emerging from within the locker room paints a picture of a player respected, but perhaps not fully integrated into the Celtics' long-term vision, leading to the conclusion that a fresh start elsewhere might be mutually beneficial. Rumors suggest that Horford's leadership style, quiet professionalism, and emphasis on team cohesion may find a more appreciative environment in franchises actively seeking experienced voices to complement rising stars. Observers note that the timing of the announcement, in the context of free agency planning, maximizes his market leverage while also giving the Celtics an opportunity to recalibrate before roster commitments solidify. Social chatter emphasizes the emotional weight of losing a player who embodies stability and mentorship, while simultaneously igniting intrigue about where his talents could land next. Basketball analysts have begun dissecting potential team fits for Horford, focusing on clubs that would benefit from his defensive intelligence, playmaking, and floor spacing abilities. Teams with star-heavy rosters that lack a complementary veteran presence could view Horford as a catalyst for improving cohesion and maintaining balance. Speculation includes scenarios involving both blockbuster trades and calculated free agent acquisitions, with insiders hinting at several organizations quietly preparing contingency plans in anticipation of his availability. The narrative framing Horford as a transformative addition underscores the value of intangible contributions, which often escape conventional evaluation but can define playoff success. Fans have latched onto hypothetical lineups, imagining Horford alongside prolific scorers, dynamic guards, and athletic wings, analyzing how his presence could stabilize rotations, enhance defensive versatility, and provide crucial mentorship in high-pressure moments. Amid this swirling speculation, Celtics supporters grapple with the implications of losing an emotionally steady and strategically intelligent player, while also acknowledging that Horford's pursuit of recognition is understandable, if not admirable. Market analysts suggest that his departure may catalyze a trend of veteran players reassessing fit and value within their organizations, signaling a shift in how experience and leadership are quantified. The emotional dimension of Horford's exit cannot be understated, as fans and commentators alike grapple with a complex mix of disappointment, admiration, and curiosity. His presence in Boston transcended statistics, serving as a stabilizing force in both locker room dynamics and on-court execution. Teammates reportedly experienced a range of reactions, from surprise to understanding, highlighting the multifaceted impact of losing a seasoned leader. Analysts emphasize that Horford's influence extended beyond measurable performance, shaping team culture, work ethic, and professional standards in ways that may only be fully appreciated in retrospect. The interplay between personal satisfaction, professional acknowledgement, and organizational priorities has fueled ongoing debates about what constitutes value in a modern NBA context. Rumors surrounding Horford's potential destinations continue to dominate sports media cycles, with fans speculating about the perfect blend of opportunity, recognition, and competitive environment that could lure him away. Sports commentators have highlighted how Horford's departure could signal broader implications for player empowerment trends across the league. Veteran athletes increasingly assert the importance of being valued not solely for statistics or scoring, but for leadership, strategic insight, and ability to influence team chemistry. Analysts argue that Horford's decision might inspire a reevaluation of roster management, compensation structures, and role definition, particularly for seasoned contributors whose impact is subtle yet profound. The Celtics situation is now a case study in balancing emerging talent with experienced guidance, prompting questions about how franchises can retain critical voices without creating friction or undervaluing their contributions. Rumors suggest multiple teams have begun quietly gauging interest, considering financial flexibility, positional fit, and cultural compatibility. Meanwhile, the NBA community continues to debate the emotional and tactical dimensions of Horford's exit, recognizing that while the immediate consequences are visible on court rotations, the long-term ramifications could influence player retention philosophies league-wide. Fans, commentators, and insiders dissect every nuance of statements, past game performances, and potential trade scenarios, creating a continuous, evolving narrative that captures the imagination of basketball enthusiasts everywhere. Finally, the evolving story surrounding Al Horford's departure underscores the intersection of personal fulfillment, professional acknowledgement, and strategic career planning in modern basketball. His decision reflects a nuanced calculus, balancing emotional satisfaction, organizational fit, and competitive aspirations. Rumors continue to swirl about which teams could best accommodate his talents, with experts analyzing fit, chemistry, and potential playoff impact. Fans debate enthusiastically, projecting scenarios and envisioning the tangible and intangible contributions Horford could bring to various lineups. At the same time, Celtic stakeholders consider the implications for roster construction, team culture, and the integration of emerging talent. Analysts note that this narrative represents more than a simple player exit. It exemplifies shifting dynamics in professional sports, where leadership, respect, and recognition increasingly shape decisions alongside performance metrics. As the rumor mill intensifies, every statement, insider leak, and speculative report contributes to a living narrative, capturing the imagination of fans and experts alike. The conversation surrounding Horford's next move will undoubtedly influence both his legacy and the strategic direction of teams seeking to maximize both talent and culture in an evolving NBA landscape. The speculation surrounding Al Horford's next destination continues to dominate conversations across NBA circles, with insiders hinting that multiple teams are quietly positioning themselves to make aggressive offers. While no official deal has been announced, sources suggest that front offices are conducting confidential evaluations of roster fit, salary cap flexibility, and team culture to gauge how Horford could maximize both his professional satisfaction and competitive potential. Analysts emphasize that his ability to impact games beyond traditional statistics makes him an unusually valuable asset, particularly for teams seeking stability during high-stakes playoff runs. Discussions reportedly consider not only his on-court versatility, ranging from defensive rotations to floor spacing and leadership, but also his role as a mentor capable of guiding younger players through both the regular season grind and postseason intensity. Social media forums are flooded with fan-generated theories, potential trade packages, and dream team lineups, reflecting the intense interest and emotional investment in Horford's future. Reports from insiders highlight that negotiations are highly nuanced, considering both the player's desire for acknowledgement and the strategic needs of potential suitors. Industry insiders have started dissecting possible pairings for Horford, suggesting that his presence could transform team dynamics in subtle but profound ways. Teams with offensive firepower but lacking defensive cohesion are reportedly expressing strong interest, recognizing that Horford's basketball IQ allows him to anticipate plays, anchor rotations, and create opportunities for star teammates without monopolizing possessions. And on-court rotations. Meanwhile, speculation about his next move has intensified, with teams reportedly evaluating not just his ability to score or defend, but his capacity to serve as a stabilizing, communicative presence within complex roster ecosystems. Analysts emphasize that Horford's skill set enables him to adapt to multiple systems, making him highly versatile in both tactical schemes and cultural integration. Fans continue to speculate about which team can provide both a competitive platform and an environment that appreciates his leadership, fueling ongoing debates across social media. Observers note that Horford's exit underscores a broader trend in the NBA. Seasoned players are increasingly asserting their value, demanding recognition for intangible contributions, and influencing how franchises evaluate experience, leadership, and team cohesion moving forward. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news. Rumors suggest that Horford's potential destinations are being filtered through a series of strategic considerations, including playoff aspirations, roster gaps, and compatibility with emerging stars. Insiders hint that several teams in the Eastern Conference, as well as a few surprise candidates from the West, are actively conducting confidential assessments of his fit, analyzing everything from defensive rotations to chemistry with ball-dominant scorers. Analysts point out that Horford's ability to contribute in ways that are not easily captured by box scores makes him a unique commodity, one whose impact can fundamentally alter both team performance and morale. Social media chatter continues to magnify every leak and speculative report, turning each rumor into a viral conversation piece among fans and commentators alike. The Celtics management reportedly monitors these developments closely, weighing the implications of Horford's exit for future roster construction, draft strategy, and long-term planning. Observers suggest that the league-wide response to his departure may set a precedent, encouraging other veteran players to re-evaluate their fit and assert their value more explicitly. In parallel, the ongoing narrative keeps analysts, fans, and front offices in a state of heightened attention, with each new report contributing to an ever-evolving story about one of the NBA's most respected and strategic players. Speculative reports indicate that Horford's next team will likely leverage his versatility to enhance rotations, improve defensive schemes, and provide crucial mentorship to younger athletes, thereby increasing overall team stability. Analysts suggest that even subtle adjustments, such as a shift in pick-and-roll coverage or communication during high-pressure moments, could have outsized impacts on team performance. The conversation surrounding his exit also shines a light on broader NBA dynamics, highlighting how experienced players seek environments where their contributions are recognized and where organizational priorities align with personal values. Fans have embraced this narrative, producing hypothetical lineups, trade projections, and potential playoff scenarios that illustrate both his individual capabilities and his systemic influence. Insiders note that negotiations involve meticulous planning, including salary cap management, role designation, and timing considerations, reflecting the strategic importance of acquiring a player of Horford's caliber. Meanwhile, Celtics supporters wrestle with both the emotional loss of a long-tenured leader and the practical need to adapt their roster for the upcoming season. Analysts argue that Horford's move may catalyze broader league trends, influencing how franchises approach veteran retention, leadership valuation, and the integration of intangible assets into team-building strategies. In-depth analysis suggests that Horford's departure will ripple across team cultures, locker room dynamics, and broader strategic planning from multiple franchises. Veteran players like him offer a rare combination of performance reliability, situational intelligence, and mentorship potential, making their presence invaluable in high-pressure contexts such as playoff runs. Rumors indicate that his departure could embolden other seasoned players to assert similar demands for acknowledgement and respect, potentially reshaping the balance between emerging stars and experienced contributors in team hierarchies. Analysts highlight that Horford's approach to his career, prioritizing recognition, fit, and meaningful impact over purely financial or statistical incentives, represents a modern paradigm shift in professional basketball. Social media discussions amplify these narratives, with fans dissecting every possible trade scenario, lineup adjustment, and playoff implication. At the same time, teams interested in acquiring Horford must navigate complex negotiations, balancing competitive goals with cultural integration and salary cap logistics. Observers suggest that his influence extends beyond immediate basketball performance, shaping leadership expectations and redefining how franchises evaluate veteran contributions in an era increasingly focused on both athletic excellence and organizational culture. Industry insiders speculate that the culmination of Horford's decision may involve a strategic landing spot, where his leadership, experience, and skill set are fully recognized and utilized. Analysts propose that he could serve as both a stabilizing presence and a catalyst for performance improvements, particularly for teams with high-powered scorers in need of complementary intelligence. Social chatter underscores the anticipation, with fans producing extensive what-if scenarios, potential playoff matchups, and analysis of Horford's tactical impact. Meanwhile, Celtics management continues internal evaluations, considering both the immediate rotational consequences and the long-term cultural implications of his exit. Experts emphasize that Horford's situation highlights evolving trends in player agency, negotiation leverage, and a recognition of intangible contributions, illustrating how veteran influence can alter team trajectories. Rumors of interest from multiple playoff contenders intensify the narrative, creating a dynamic environment where speculation and strategic analysis intersect. Observers argue that Horford's move could redefine perceptions of value for experienced players, shaping decision-making frameworks and emphasizing the significance of holistic contributions in building competitive, cohesive NBA teams. Finally, as the story of Al Horford's departure unfolds, the NBA community is captivated by both the human and strategic dimensions of his choice. The narrative extends beyond a simple transfer of players, highlighting the intersection of personal fulfillment, professional recognition, and competitive strategy in modern basketball. Fans speculate endlessly about ideal destinations, rotations, and potential playoff impact, while analysts dissect how Horford's leadership, defensive acumen, and mentorship potential could transform multiple franchises. The Celtics face the dual challenge of managing roster adjustments and preserving organizational culture, while Horford explores environments where his talents and contributions are fully appreciated. Social media buzz amplifies every rumor, framing his next move as a story of both career evolution and league-wide implications. Experts suggest that his departure signals broader trends in how veteran players assert value, influence culture, and navigate competitive priorities. The evolving saga of Al Horford exemplifies how a single player's decision can resonate far beyond one team, shaping expectations, strategies, and perceptions across the NBA landscape. Fans, pundits, and executives alike remain in suspense, eager to see which franchise will ultimately secure a player whose impact transcends statistics and elevates both performance and leadership culture. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your